Father?
Lucina, why do you look so serious?
I have been fighting to change my world's future for so long. I have fought my hardest each and every day, but I've never had a chance to relax.
You have overcome more hardships than most just to make it this far.
But ever since coming to this world, my life has changed so drastically. I still want to change the future, but now I want to save this kingdom as well. After meeting such wonderful allies and journeying with you, well, I must admit, I'm enjoying myself. It's been a long time since I felt this.
If you're having so much fun, why do you look so miserable?
It seems wrong to enjoy myself with this world in such dire straits. I can't let myself lose sight of how serious things are.
Well, you're right about the state of things, but you can't let that consume you. I can smile because I'm looking forward to the time we'll spend together.
You are? Father, thank you. Then I suppose it is okay to feel like I'm having fun. Once in a while.
Exactly. And how do you want to spend our time?
I'd really like to refine my sword skills with you.
Very well. But it's more like I'll be taking lessons from you.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be evenly matched, as always. You taught me all my techniques. I'm just excited we can practice together again.
Well then, we'll start tomorrow. Is there anything else you want to do together?
Perhaps we could take the occasional walk?
Of course. And what else?
Can we do our laundry together, too?
Frederick may have something to say about that, but I don't mind.
We can really do all those things? I'm so glad.
But is that really all you want to do? Not anything big or significant, I guess?
Father, these are not just trivial tasks to me. Spending a carefree day with you is exactly what I want. It's like a dream this day ever came at all. I worry I'll be cursed for being so happy.
You've worked so hard to get where you are. Why would you be cursed for this? You are no longer on your own. There is no need to carry that weight alone.
Thank you for saying that.
You can depend on me from now on. In fact, it would make me happy if you did.
Despite the chaos of our lives, you really think we can have a normal relationship?
Through thick and thin, we're father and daughter. We'll make it work.
Thank you, Father. We'll be together from now on.
And together, Lucina, we will change our fate. A gleamstone hidden within me. I still can't quite believe it.
I'd have trouble believing it myself if I hadn't been there.
Do you remember what the Temple Sage told us about the legend of this land?
That power resides in the gleamstones carried by heroes from other worlds.
Exactly. He mentioned heroes, and I'm no hero.
You really believe that? I thought you were a hero long before coming here.
You remember what happened back in Elise, right? If I was a true hero, there wouldn't be so much suffering in my own home. If only I could get stronger.
Regardless of what happened in the past, you've never been one to just sit back. You fight with all your strength for the protection of everyone, don't you? That's the Chrom that the people, as well as the shepherds, rely upon.
And yet, Elise's problems remain. The people have been suffering since the last war, and I can't do a thing about it, except for worry and be a burden. It's so pathetic.
A burden? Pathetic? You're the only one who thinks that, Chrom. If you see someone in need, you help them. Isn't that just your way? Just like when you found me. You had no reason to help me, and yet you did.
That is the only way I know how to live my life.
It's those unwavering ideals that motivate so many people to fight by your side. This is just my opinion, but being a hero doesn't mean you have to be perfect. A hero is someone who cares for the people around him, and who guides them.
So by that logic, without anyone around, a hero is just a normal person?
That's one interpretation, but still, you're always surrounded by friends.
Yeah, you're right. Because I can't do anything by myself.
That's what you're taking away from all this?
Just look at how much I rely on you. Without your aid, who knows where I'd be?
Oh, come on. You're starting to embarrass me. It's the way that you believe in your friends like this that makes you a hero to me. That's why I'm proud that you were chosen as a hero in this world.
Well, if that's the case, I'll just have to become worthy of the title of hero. And our first step is saving this land. You're coming with me, right, Robin?
Of course. The future you aim for will be the path I walk.
Nothing can stand in our way. Let's go!
We're in this together.
A gleamstone hidden within me. I still can't quite believe it.
I'd have trouble believing it myself if I hadn't been there.
Do you remember what the Temple Sage told us about the legend of this land?
That power resides in the gleamstones carried by heroes from other worlds.
Exactly. He mentioned heroes, and I'm no hero.
You really believe that? I thought you were a hero long before coming here.
You remember what happened back in Elise, right? If I was a true hero, there wouldn't be so much suffering in my own home. If only I could get stronger.
Regardless of what happened in the past, you've never been one to just sit back. You fight with all your strength for the protection of everyone, don't you? That's the Chrom that the people, as well as the shepherds, rely upon.
And yet, Elise's problems remain. The people have been suffering since the last war, and I can't do a thing about it, except for worry and be a burden. It's so pathetic.
A burden? Pathetic? You're the only one who thinks that, Chrom. If you see someone in need, you help them. Isn't that just your way? Just like when you found me. You had no reason to help me, and yet you did.
That is the only way I know how to live my life.
It's those unwavering ideals that motivate so many people to fight by your side. This is just my opinion, but being a hero doesn't mean you have to be perfect. A hero is someone who cares for the people around him, and who guides them.
So by that logic, without anyone around, a hero is just a normal person?
That's one interpretation. But still, you're always surrounded by friends.
Yeah, you're right. Because I can't do anything by myself.
That's what you're taking away from all of this?
Just look at how much I rely on you. Without your aid, who knows where I'd be?
Oh, come on. You're starting to embarrass me. It's the way you believe in your friends like this that makes you a hero to me. That's why I'm proud that you were chosen as a hero in this world.
Well, if that's the case, I'll just have to become worthy of the title of hero. And our first step is saving this land. You're coming with me, right, Robin?
Of course. The future you aim for will be the path I walk.
Nothing can stand in our way. Let's go!
We're in this together.
Did I move too far ahead?
Chrom, you're alive!
Marth, thank you for coming. Behind you!
You have my thanks. I came here to save you, but instead you saved me.
No thanks are necessary. This whole mess was my fault.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Anyway, let us be off.
Right. You really helped me out. I tend to get ahead of myself when it comes to battle. You, on the other hand, fight while also watching out for your comrades.
I cannot simply stand by and watch as those I fight alongside are hurt. But you are always more than brave on the battlefield, Chrom. You know this. You remind me of King Henri.
The founder of the Kingdom of Altea? To be compared to him is a little overwhelming. I'm not that great.
But you hold within you the power to accomplish greatness, just like the king.
Of the two of us, I think you're far more deserving of the name Hero King.
Do you truly believe so?
I do. When I return home, I'll tell stories of my battles alongside the great Marth.
But I get so focused on helping everyone that I lose sight of my own safety. It is sorry to think that one lauded as the Hero King cannot care for himself.
No, I won't accept that.
I apologize if I said something to upset you.
I'm the one who should apologize. It's impossible not to expect great things from a legendary hero. And when we look at you, we can't help but feel that you truly deserve the title. So please, don't be so hard on yourself.
Thank you, Chrom. You are the first one to explain it that way. In any case, I must improve myself before I am worthy of the title of Hero King.
Marth.
But I will no longer make apologies for being less than perfect. And someday, I will be as worthy of the title as you say. This I swear to you.
And I swear to become as brave and kind a soul as you. As long as we share this bond that spans time itself, I'm sure I can do it. For the sake of both our futures, let us join our power and take the next battle.
Our swords together shall carve a path for us both.
A word, Chrom. You went pretty deep into the enemy lines back there, no?
Did I? I lost sight of you at some point, granted, but I was in no real danger.
Did you forget what you said to me after the previous battle? Lynn, try not to get too far ahead of the main force. You might get hurt. Ringing any bells?
I may have said something to that effect.
There's no may-have about it. What's with the double standard? Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I'll drop dead from the slightest touch.
I assure you, it has nothing to do with you being a woman. I just think my heavy armor gives me an advantage when fighting on the front line.
All right, I get it. You think you know how strong I am just by looking at me. I swear, you're just as bad as Hector.
You're making me nervous with that glare.
Well, I'll make you eat those words. Consider this a challenge.
Oof. I accept on these terms. If I win, I act as vanguard and you follow behind.
Same for me then. If I win, you hang back and let me charge ahead. Let's go, right now. The sooner we get this over with, the better.
You're better than I gave you credit for.
Same to you. I thought you weren't in my league.
I hate to say this, but I call a draw. Next time, I'll come out on top.
In your dreams. I'll work from sunup to sundown to find a way to beat you. Till then, though, how do we decide who gets to march on the front line?
Oh, right. That was the point of the whole competition to begin with. Well, from all I've seen, I'm loath to stop you from leading any charge you want.
Thanks, but I tied, not won. You ought to get to take the lead, too.
I worry that if we both lead, we'll only get in one another's way.
What if we stick close together and dive into the fray at the same time? The two of us together would be like a hurricane sweeping across the plain.
I like the sound of that. Even the most valiant warrior can be surrounded or overwhelmed when alone. I worried you would come to that fate, but I'll breathe easier if we fight as one.
You're not immune either. That armor won't protect you from everything.
Then we agree. In which case, neither of us need restrain ourselves. Next time, let's act together as the vanguard.
The closer we get, the worse it's going to be for our enemy.
Oh, hello, Chrom. Good work out there today.
You too, Azura. You must be tired. You always throw yourself into the thick of it.
Oh, do you think?
Absolutely. Oh, I don't mean to insult you. I just mean... how can I put this? Well, you're a real asset out there on the battlefield, is what I'm saying.
Well, that's...
What I really mean to say is that I respect your fighting, and, sorry.
Oh, no, it's perfectly all right. I'm not upset. I'm sorry to make you think so. It's just... I wasn't sure how to respond. I couldn't quite find the words. I've never made much of an effort to talk with people, so I'm not that great at it.
I see. I can relate, to be honest. I'm not the best conversationalist either, so I can fall short there as well.
Well, then, maybe we should just pick a topic that we can both discuss easily.
Yes, I think that's a fine idea. What should we talk about?
Well...
Maybe... Did you think of something to talk about?
No, sorry. I was just thinking how funny it is we're failing at having a conversation. I guess we're both just more comfortable on the battlefield.
That may be the case. In battle, you must rely on your instincts. You don't have time to overthink your next move. Your mind must be clear. But when it comes time to socialize...
I know what you mean. It's like my body moves on its own on the battlefield. Even the most complicated orders flow from my mouth with no effort at all.
It's as if we're made for battle. Less so for conversation.
Well, either way, I want to thank you. You made an honest effort to talk to me, and I appreciate that. You even settled on a topic, and you chatted with your usual battle intensity.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
But it's true. I avoided conversations because I'm not very good at them. But if you're passionate about something, you must put it into words. It's especially important to talk with your allies. You helped me realize that.
Though, maybe it's best to not pluck random topics from thin air as we did. You should find something that's easy to talk about and build a rapport from there. I'd like to build such a rapport with you, Azura. We should talk again soon. But maybe we can each pick a few topics ahead of time.
Oh, that's a great idea, Chrom. I look forward to our next conversation.
Lissa, could you bring me that bow?
Sure thing. And what about this sword here?
Oh, yes, I haven't repaired that one.
What is it?
There's a bug. A huge bug, and it's squirmy.
A bug? Where?
It's right by your feet. Hold still, and I shall exterminate it.
It's near me. Ah, gross! What the? Oh, yuck! It is squirmy. Lucina, help!
I will not let it bring you harm, Lissa. I will change your fate, and that of this bug.
Wait, Lucina, that's the falchion.
Father's sword. I couldn't possibly sully it by slaying a bug.
It's coming for you. Our talking has given it an opening.
A crafty foe. No, don't come over here.
Ugh, it really is gross. But I guess it's up to me to defeat it. Have some of this.
Lissa, don't swing your axe so wildly. We're in a tent.
But these are desperate times.
My only recourse is to sacrifice my cape. I will immobilize the enemy and crush it.
But if you do that, you'll never be able to wear that cape again.
I won't let it lay a finger, leg, whatever on you. Now prepare your... Wait, it's gone. Did it escape through an opening?
Phew, what a relief. This whole ordeal has left me drained.
That was the most exhausting battle I've fought in ages. I apologize I could not act sooner. Next time, I will obliterate it. What are you laughing at?
Oh, it just dawned on me how funny it was for us to panic over a silly bug.
You're right. For some reason, it was kind of fun. But I don't think it was the bug's doing. I have always hated them.
You're just like me. I can't stand them either. Playing around like this makes me feel like we're really family, Lucina.
That does have a nice ring to it.
I wonder, do we have any other similarities? A favorite food or a talent? We must! After all, you're my time travel future niece!
I'm sure you're right. We're alike in more ways than...
What's the matter? By my feet? Another bug? Ah!
Just leave it to me, Lissa. This time, I shall strike a fatal blow for sure.
Ah, Lucina. I prepared some tea and a little snack for you.
Oh, well, thank you, Frederick.
Additionally, I have repaired the seams in your tent and done some tidying up.
Thank you. But really, that's too much. You shouldn't have.
Nonsense. It is my duty. Incidentally, how long would your ideal scarf be?
Now, this is really too much. Frederick, I can knit my own scarf. Hand that over.
No, that's for Chrom.
What? Oh no! It's unraveling!
Do not move. The yarn is tangled, but I believe it can be salvaged.
No! Ugh, there goes the whole ball of yarn. I'm sorry, Frederick. I've messed it all up. This will take forever to untangle.
No, it's my fault. Clearly the knitting wasn't tight enough. But please, leave the untangling to me. You should not be doing menial work. Your time is better spent doing more important things.
Frederick, I appreciate your help, but you can't dote on me like this. There are others who need your aid more than I do.
Well, I would defer to Chrom's judgment. Ah, of course. You must be speaking of Chrom himself. Is that what you meant?
Yes. Imagine if something happened while you were busy with me. I won't be the straw that breaks the Pegasus's back. Meaning you, obviously.
Yes, I understand this expression. But you must know that protecting you is as important as protecting Chrom. That doesn't mean I will neglect my duties to Chrom, though. Not ever.
I'm so glad to hear you say that. I've been feeling so guilty.
Do you find it hard, depending on others?
Well, yes. I suppose I share my father's responsibility to defend our people. I feel I should not rely on anyone else. And I guess I can be a bit stubborn.
Surely I have demonstrated that you can rely on me, Lucina. And moreover, I am not the only one who can help. So please, allow all of us to serve you and do not feel guilty for accepting it.
Yes. Thank you again, Frederick. I will do my best. That said, you must not worry yourself with such trivial things, like knitting.
But I enjoy knitting.
Well, that makes two of us.
I suppose, if you insist.
We can finish knitting this scarf together.
Very well. Now, let me show you a little secret called Knit 1, Purl 2.
Cordelia, is something the matter? You're looking at me a little funny.
Oh, I am? Sorry. It's just that your movements are so similar to Chrom's. It's kind of mesmerizing.
Really? In what ways are they similar?
Well, for example, you sheathe your swords exactly the same way.
That's quite specific. Is there anything else?
The way you use your finger to turn the pages of a book. And how you both slice meat to such a deliberate thickness. The number of times you blink and... oh, the way your hair twists into cowlicks.
I had no idea you were watching my father or me so closely. I suppose I should be grateful. I never noticed little details like that. So if not for you, all those quirks we have in common would have escaped me.
How funny. Every time I look at you, I can't help but see traces of your father.
Do you think that means one day I could be as amazing as he is?
You're already amazing. Like I said, you two have a lot in common.
I understand that we have a lot of the same habits, but he's a man of character and an amazing swordsman. I'm eons behind him.
You have nothing to worry about, Lucina. Greatness is in your blood.
I don't know. We're technically the same age, and look at him. He's perfect.
Your father's anything but perfect. Even he'd admit that. Besides, you shouldn't obsess over being perfect. I learned that from Chrom. Everyone has their shortcomings. That's why we need and must support our allies.
Yes, that makes sense. And it takes some of the pressure off. I do always try my best to be a sufficient and reliable ally.
You are. Our friendship has already been a source of strength for me.
Really? That's so good to hear.
Lucina, you're young, smart, beautiful. Keep working hard and you'll be fine.
Beautiful? That means a lot coming from you. You're the most beautiful woman I know. I'm sure my father feels the same way.
You think so? Not that I care or anything. I guess it's nice to get that confidence boost.
I can't imagine you needing a boost of confidence. But if you ever do, I hope you know I'm always happy to sing your praises.
Thank you, Lucina. I think we both have plenty to be confident about.
You know what? I believe you're right.
Lucina? You're staring again.
Sorry, I thought I was being subtle.
At first it was kind of funny, but you really gotta get over this.
I know, it's just you look so much like her.
My sister in your world?
Right.
Okay then. Who's cuter, her or me?
That's a difficult question, because you're both you.
I'll just ask Chrom. He's also met a couple of Annas in his world, I think.
Yes, I've heard him talk about that. I guess they're all merchants too.
Wait, so you weren't talking about one of my sisters in Chrom's world? Then which Anna were you talking about?
Well, I lived in the future of my father's world. I apologize, it's very confusing.
So the Anna you met, the one that looks just like me, is...
A different Anna from the future.
Okay, I get it now. So, what is Anna from the future like?
Like you, she's a merchant. I went to her shop all the time. Or I guess she was. My world was destroyed by Grima, the Fell Dragon. As far as I know, the only ones who survived were my friends and me.
That means my sister might be dead?
Honestly, I don't know what happened to her. I do know that when Elise fell, not a lot of people got out. I'm sorry. I wish I could have saved her.
There's no need to apologize to me. And, I don't know, maybe she's still out there.
I hope that's the case.
Seriously, my sisters and I, we're tough. Look at us. Somehow we're able to live under any and every conceivable tyranny.
I guess when you put it that way, she's probably fine.
Yup, and I'm sure she understood why you couldn't save her yourself. I bet she loved you, Lucina. How could she not? I know I could never be mad at you.
Oh, Anna.
So don't worry about it, okay?
Yes, okay. And thank you. You know, I believe our friendship is somehow connected to the other Anna. Maybe that's why I felt so close to you since we first met. It almost feels like a gift from Anna of my world, and from you.
Well then, you're welcome.
Thank you for your reinforcements, Lord Marth. Just what I'd expect from the Hero King. It is an honor to share your battlefield.
Please, Lucina. I did nothing to warrant such praise.
You showed up when I needed you most. It was just as the legends say. Rescuing your allies and driving back your foes in one fell swoop. Beloved not only by his comrades, but known to charm his enemies as well.
I assure you, those stories are greatly exaggerated.
That cannot be. I grew up believing in these tales. Hero King Marth was the hope for all who lived in my world. That's why I took your name and fought to spread that hope.
But you must realize, not everything is as the legends say.
Well, I guess you are a bit different from what I imagined. It said you slew a dragon, so I pictured you as a relentless warrior. But in reality, you're calm and kind, and you care for your friends. And you just... I mean, you're amazing! That's what I'm trying to say.
When you put it that way, it makes me very uncomfortable.
And so humble, too.
If you say so. If I may change the subject, why did you use my name? You would make a fine leader in your own right. I'm sure people would have rallied behind you on your own merits.
I needed a strong symbol of hope. The fell dragon seized control of my world and plunged it into despair. Your name was the only one capable of raising spirits and support. As I said, Lord Marth, your legend is hope itself.
I see. Lucina, you've been through some truly difficult battles.
I have. And I think, above all others, the person who benefited from your name, well, I think it was me. Calling myself Marth gave me the courage of the true Hero King. I'm sorry. I felt the need to apologize since we first met. Even if it was to save my future, using your name was selfish.
No apology necessary. If it was that useful, I'm more than glad. Besides, I'm certain your deeds were worthy of my name.
Thank you, Marth. You have always been a great source of strength, even now.
But looking at you here, it seems you never needed my name to begin with. Judging from your strength, you will one day give rise to your own legend.
I don't...
I must do my best as well, so I too can become the Hero King you aspire to be. There is no telling what awaits me after this. I must be ready for anything.
Since I've been given the honor of fighting alongside you, I will give everything I have to bring my skill closer to yours, even if just a little.
Let us fight with all we have, for both our futures.
Step right up. Everything in the store is half price today and today only. Oh, wow. If it isn't Robin. Take a look around. We've got quite a selection.
It's so busy in here. Are you sure I won't be distracting you?
Of course not. Any friend of mine is considered a VIP.
Let's have a look then. Oh, wow. You weren't kidding about that sale.
No, I wasn't. And there's an additional discount for regular customers.
Really? You're basically giving this stuff away. How can this be? This sword is so light. It almost feels like a toy.
Ah, Mistletoe. A legendary swordsman once used it to save an entire village.
Does that story fool anyone, Anna? Though it would be good for defense.
Give it a swing. It's got a lot of power. I'll even let you borrow it if you want.
Ha! No thanks. I think it's meant for someone a little more pretentious. But this spear is pretty interesting. Are those shells?
Right now you're holding the Summer of Bones, a legend in the southern lands. It flies completely straight when thrown, and is known to make its wielder sigh.
And that's a selling point? Huh. A throwing spear with shells. Weird.
Maybe, but one attack with a spear can incapacitate a tactician instantly.
A tactician? I'll just put this down then. Weapons from this world are impressive. I've seen some take out multiple enemies in one blow without taking any damage.
You don't have weapons in your world that can do that?
No, I'm used to a weapon breaking after you use it over and over again.
Yikes! Weapons from your world sound super inconvenient.
No, it just means you have to treat them with care. Bond with them.
I bet if I took these weapons to your world, I'd make a killing.
What? How would you even get them there?
Leave the business plans to the experts, Robin. You got here, didn't you? All I have to do is figure that out, and then boom, I'll be swimming in cash.
But wearing down your enemy's weapons is a battle tactic.
So you're saying I might face some resistance on the other end? Huh. Well, once they see what these babies can do, they'll be lining up for one. As a thank you for giving me this idea, I guess I should give you a profit share.
Really? Well, thank you, Anna. You really are quite the businesswoman.
Hey, there are no discounts for flattery, except on the mistletoe.
No offense, but you couldn't pay me to take that sword.
Good morning, Robin. Robin, wake up! I have to talk to you about something really important.
Chrom. Next battle,
Well, not that important, I guess. It's about our powers.
Chrom, no!
Robin, it's me, Tiki. Are you okay?
I must live alongside.
Oh, Robin, you're sweating like crazy, and you're so pale.
Why did this happen to me?
It's just a dream, Robin. It's just a dream. Wake up. Please wake up.
Tiki, what's going on?
Shh, shh. It was just a dream. Shh. You had me worried there for a second.
Oh, yeah, I must have overslept. Thanks for waking me up.
You were talking in your sleep just now. Something about Chrom.
No matter how many times I have this dream, I can't recall details.
Really? That happens to me too. In my dreams, I turn into an uncontrollable monster that attacks all my friends. The next thing I know, I wake up to the sound of my voice screaming, "Don't!"
Those dreams sound awful.
They are. I barely ever sleep because I'm always afraid it'll happen again.
Me too. I've had this nightmare many times.
Hey, that's another thing we have in common. Actually, that's what I came here to talk to you about.
Oh? What else do you think we have in common?
Well, I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like I've known you for a really long time. That maybe our powers are linked.
That's funny. I've had the same feeling about you. Like we're kind of the same, but also completely different.
Exactly. Whatever this force is that's binding us, it's pretty special.
It is. Hey, talking to you has made me forget all about that nightmare. I bet if we stick together, our nightmares don't stand a chance.
Yeah, tell me the next time you want to take a nap. I'll keep those bad dreams away.
I'll do that. And of course, I'd be happy to return the favor.
I'm loving this plan.
I have a feeling we have a lot of good dreams in our future.
Me too, Robin.
Robin, are you okay after that fight? Let me take a look.
I'm fine, thanks to you. You don't need to worry about me so much. Not all tacticians are helpless in battle. I've been in plenty of fights. I can take care of myself out there.
I'm sorry, you're right. Force of habit, I guess.
That's a pretty intense habit. You watched me like a hawk. Not a single enemy got anywhere near me. What makes you so intent on protecting me?
I'm just used to fighting that way. In my homeworld, I always kept the tactician close and safe. You triggered my natural instinct.
So you travel with a tactician in your homeworld too?
I do, and they're every bit as brilliant as you. Actually, you have a lot in common.
I'd like to meet this tactician someday if I can. I'd love to compare theories on war and tactics and devise new strategies.
I'd be glad to introduce you, but I must warn you, they can be a bit aloof. I'm not even sure they would carry on a conversation with you.
Ah, the strong but silent type. But you're on good terms, right?
Well, sort of. They're always very quiet, even on the battlefield. Not everyone needs to talk to issue orders.
I'm sorry, what? How does one order the troops without words?
Good question. I can somehow always tell. It's like there's an invisible arrow.
Are we talking about telepathy? This sounds like a very advanced tactician.
I couldn't tell you. What I do know is that they're still in training.
How strange. Though they do sound very important to you.
So you understand why I get this sudden urge to protect you. You may not like it, but protecting you will make me feel better.
Something tells me you won't take no for an answer. But I can't just stand around and let others fight for me. I want to be just as good as your telepathic tactician.
I'm sure you can get there. But no matter how good you get, you'll still let me protect you, right?
Of course, Lynn. If it'll make you feel better, I'll rely on you from now on.
Just leave it to me, Robin.
Good day, foggy brain Robin.
Hello, Niles. I told you I don't care for that nickname, didn't I? Look, I know that amnesia is hard to believe. Even Frederick was skeptical at first.
Oh no, I believe you. No memories at all. Except for Lord Chrom's name. Uh-huh.
Yes, that was strange. How did you know about that anyway?
Oh, I've done my research. You see, I've got a personal interest in whether or not amnesia is real. I suppose if you are telling the truth, I'm more than a little jealous.
Jealous of my memory loss? Why would you feel that way?
What if the memories you lost were unpleasant? Imagine the worst thing possible. Now try to forget it. Do you understand?
Yes, I think I do, but still. Even if my past was shameful or difficult, and everyone hated me, I think I'd still want to know. Good or bad, it's part of who I am.
Interesting. I've plenty of experience spotting liars. And now I believe you. And that leaves me with the jealousy. I'd gladly lose all my memories. What I'd give to forget the slums. The filthy money, the lies, and the blood. When I take a walk down memory lane, it's like visiting a garbage dump.
Gods, I'm sorry to hear that. But don't those experiences help you appreciate what you've got now? Surely you've made some happy memories along the way.
Yes, there are a few. Such as the time I first met Lord Leo. I do treasure the time I've spent with him. After all, he gave me a place to live, and a reason to live. Still, those are the only ones I need. Trash the rest. I don't care.
Well, I think you've proved my point. You've had some good times too. I treasure the memories I've made since meeting Chrom and the others. They took me in, much like Lord Leo took you in. So I try not to dwell on the past, and I remain grateful for the present.
Robin, you sound like a preacher trying to swindle me out of coin.
What?
But I like that about you. So whether you're being sincere or not, I am sincerely glad to have met you.
Well, thank you, Niles. Despite the unfortunate nickname you've given me, I'm glad to have met you. I hope we can make new memories in this world, ones we can both treasure.
Step right up. Everything in the store is half price today and today only. Oh, wow. If it isn't Robin. Take a look around. We've got quite a selection.
It's so busy in here. Are you sure I won't be distracting you?
Of course not. Any friend of mine is considered a VIP.
Let's have a look then. Oh, wow! You weren't kidding about that sale.
No, I wasn't. And there's an additional discount for regular customers.
Really? You're basically giving this stuff away. How can this be? This sword is so light. It almost feels like a toy.
Ah, Mistletoe. A legendary swordsman once used it to save an entire village.
Does that story fool anyone, Anna? Though it would be good for defense.
Give it a swing. It's got a lot of power. I'll even let you borrow it if you want.
Ha! No thanks. I think it's meant for someone a little more pretentious. But this spear is pretty interesting. Are those shells?
Right now you're holding the Summer of Bones, a legend in the southern lands. It flies completely straight when thrown, and is known to make its wielder sigh.
And that's a selling point? Huh. A throwing spear with shells. Weird.
Maybe, but one attack with a spear can incapacitate a tactician instantly.
A tactician? I'll just put this down then. Weapons from this world are impressive. I've seen some take out multiple enemies in one blow without taking any damage.
You don't have weapons in your world that can do that?
No, I'm used to a weapon breaking after you use it over and over again.
Yikes! Weapons from your world sound super inconvenient.
No, it just means you have to treat them with care, bond with them.
I bet if I took these weapons to your world, I'd make a killing.
What? How would you even get them there?
Leave the business plans to the experts, Robin. You got here, didn't you? All I have to do is figure that out, and then boom, I'll be swimming in cash.
But wearing down your enemy's weapons is a battle tactic.
So you're saying I might face some resistance on the other end? Huh. Well, once they see what these babies can do, they'll be lining up for one. As a thank you for giving me this idea, I guess I should give you a profit share.
Really? Oh, well, thank you, Anna. You really are quite the businesswoman.
Hey, there are no discounts for flattery, except on the mistletoe.
No offense, but you couldn't pay me to take that sword.
Good morning, Robin. Robin, wake up! I have to talk to you about something really important.
Next battle.
Well, not that important, I guess. It's about our powers.
Chrom. No.
Robin, it's me, Tiki. Are you okay?
I must live alongside.
Oh, Robin, you're sweating like crazy, and you're so pale.
Why did this happen to me?
It's just a dream, Robin. It's just a dream. Wake up. Please wake up.
Huh? Tiki, what are you... What's going on?
Shh, shh. It was just a dream. Shh. You had me worried there for a second.
Oh, I must have overslept. Thanks for waking me up.
You were talking in your sleep just now. Something about Chrom.
No matter how many times I have this dream, I can't recall details.
Really? That happens to me too. In my dreams, I turn into an uncontrollable monster that attacks all my friends. The next thing I know, I wake up to the sound of my voice screaming, "Don't!"
Those dreams sound awful.
They are. I barely ever sleep because I'm always afraid it'll happen again.
Me too. I've had this nightmare many times.
Hey, that's another thing we have in common. Actually, that's what I came here to talk to you about.
Oh? What else do you think we have in common?
Well, I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like I've known you for a really long time. That maybe our powers are linked.
That's funny. I've had the same feeling about you. Like we're kind of the same, but also completely different.
Exactly. Whatever this force is that's binding us, it's pretty special.
It is. Hey, talking to you has made me forget all about that nightmare. I bet if we stick together, our nightmares don't stand a chance.
Yeah, tell me the next time you want to take a nap. I'll keep those bad dreams away.
I'll do that. And of course, I'd be happy to return the favor.
I'm loving this plan.
I have a feeling we have a lot of good dreams in our future.
Me too, Robin.
Robin, are you okay after that fight? Let me take a look.
I'm fine thanks to you. You don't need to worry about me so much. Not all tacticians are helpless in battle. I've been in plenty of fights. I can take care of myself out there.
I'm sorry, you're right. Force of habit, I guess.
That's a pretty intense habit. You watched me like a hawk. Not a single enemy got anywhere near me. What makes you so intent on protecting me?
I'm just used to fighting that way. In my homeworld, I always kept the tactician close and safe. You triggered my natural instinct.
So you travel with a tactician in your homeworld too?
I do, and they're every bit as brilliant as you. Actually, you have a lot in common.
I'd like to meet this tactician someday if I can. I'd love to compare theories on war and tactics and devise new strategies.
I'd be glad to introduce you, but I must warn you, they can be a bit aloof. I'm not even sure they would carry on a conversation with you.
Oh, the strong but silent type. But you're on good terms, right?
Well, sort of. They're always very quiet, even on the battlefield. Not everyone needs to talk to issue orders.
I'm sorry, what? How does one order the troops without words?
Good question. I can somehow always tell. It's like there's an invisible arrow.
Are we talking about telepathy? This sounds like a very advanced tactician.
I couldn't tell you. What I do know is that they're still in training.
How strange, though they do sound very important to you.
So you understand why I get this sudden urge to protect you. You may not like it, but protecting you will make me feel better.
Something tells me you won't take no for an answer. But I can't just stand around and let others fight for me. I want to be just as good as your telepathic tactician.
I'm sure you can get there. But no matter how good you get, you'll still let me protect you, right?
Of course, Lynn. If it'll make you feel better, I'll rely on you from now on.
Just leave it to me, Robin.
Good day, foggy brain Robin.
Hello, Niles. I told you that I don't care for that nickname, didn't I? I know that amnesia is hard to believe. Even Frederick was skeptical at first.
Oh no, I believe you. No memories at all. Except for Lord Chrom's name. Uh-huh.
Yes, that was strange. How did you know about that anyway?
Oh, I've done my research. You see, I've got a personal interest in whether or not amnesia is real. I suppose if you are telling the truth, I'm more than a little jealous.
Jealous? Of my memory loss? I don't understand.
What if the memories you lost were unpleasant? Imagine the worst thing possible. Now try to forget it. Do you understand?
Yes, I think I do, but still, even if my past was shameful or difficult, and everyone hated me, I think I'd still want to know. Good or bad, it's part of who I am.
Interesting. I've plenty of experience spotting liars. And now I believe you. And that leaves me with the jealousy. I'd gladly lose all my memories. What I'd give to forget the slums. The filthy money, the lies, and the blood. When I take a walk down memory lane, it's like visiting a garbage dump.
Gods, I'm sorry to hear that. But don't those experiences help you appreciate what you've got now? Surely you've made some happy memories along the way.
Yes, there are a few. Such as the time I first met Lord Leo. I do treasure the time I've spent with him. After all, he gave me a place to live, and a reason to live. Still, those are the only ones I need. Trash the rest. I don't care.
Well, I think you've proved my point. You've had some good times too. I treasure the memories I've made since meeting Chrom and the others. They took me in, much like Lord Leo took you in. So I try not to dwell on the past, and I remain grateful for the present.
Robin, you sound like a preacher trying to swindle me out of coin.
What?
But I like that about you. So, whether you're being sincere or not, I am sincerely glad to have met you.
Well, thank you, Niles. Despite the unfortunate nickname you've given me, I'm glad to have met you. I hope we can make new memories in this world. Ones we can both treasure.
You look nice today, Cordelia. But then you always look beautiful.
Oh, thank you?
You even make crushing an enemy look ladylike. I don't know how you do it.
You want something, don't you?
Not at all. I just think you're amazing. And I hope one day I'll be as beautiful a lady as you.
You keep using that word beautiful. I'm not sure the description really fits me.
Of course it does. Honestly, I think it falls short. Even my brother thinks so. He's always going on and on about you. How you're a hard worker, talented, on and on. He really likes you.
Huh? He likes me?
Maybe he used the word admire. One of the two.
Ah, so he respects me. Yes, that makes more sense. In any case, I'm honored to receive Chrom's praise. Thank you.
No problem.
You know, Lissa, your own hard work hasn't escaped my notice.
Yeah, I guess I try hard at stuff.
It's just one of your many wonderful qualities.
Really? Like what else?
Like just now. You're so excitable and sweet and innocent.
But that's all little kid stuff. I want to be a mature lady, like you. You know, smart, kind, generous.
Well, you're those things too. I think you're just as strong as me.
Really?
Of course. Every day you remind me more and more of Exalt Emerin. Your strength, your kindness. I'm reminded of her every time I look at you.
I don't know. We're so different.
Maybe, but you're still sisters. You have more similarities than differences.
You know what? You're right. But even apart from that, you're still my #1 role model.
Then I will try to be a lady worthy of your admiration.
I can't wait till I'm a beautiful lady like you. Then we'll be best friends.
Oh, Lissa, we already are.
Lissa! Perfect timing. Is there something you need?
Well, I have enough weapons already. Maybe some cooking supplies?
That wouldn't have been my first guess. Why do you want those?
I'm not a very good cook, but I've always wanted to learn. So I'd probably start with a pot or something, right?
Oh, you've triggered my business alarm. I have just the thing.
Great. What is it?
I call it Anna's School of Cheffery.
Cheffery? Oh, like how to cook. You teach that?
Sure. Nowadays, selling skills has a way better return on investment than items.
Selling skills? Return on investment? This sounds complicated.
Oh, it's exceedingly simple, trust me. You pay, I teach, you learn. Money will be raining from the sky!
But are you a good enough cook to teach people how?
Once you're the first to sign up for a course, we'll find out together, won't we? I'll even give you a first student discount. Just spread the word about the class. When everyone tastes your amazing cooking, my class will fill right up.
Ah, I get it. In return for the lesson, I'll be a living advertisement.
You catch on quick. Now let's get cooking.
Anna, I was on chef duty yesterday. How was the meal? I'm worried I used too much heat.
Well, it was a little well done, but the rich flavor covered it up.
Whew. Thank you, Anna. You're a good cook and a good teacher.
Aw, you're making me blush. Teaching is no different than running a business.
Don't be so humble. I've been telling everyone how great your class was. They all seemed pretty jealous. I think your new business is about to take off.
Yeah, people have been asking me about it nonstop. You're a regular sales magnet. Maybe I should get you to promote my shop, too.
Oh, I didn't do anything. The food spoke for itself. But I'd be glad to help your shop.
Well, you've got yourself a new job. Wait, will I have to pay you?
Teaching me how to cook was payment enough. In that case, I'll cram you full of kitchen expertise. I'd love to learn how to cook all sorts of meals, and desserts, too.
Who knows? Maybe one day you'll graduate to teaching. The school will expand, more students will enroll, and I'll get filthy rich.
Just leave it to me. You keep teaching, and I'll keep cooking.
Pardon me, Prince Marth. Let me clean that up.
Oh, very well. Actually, I was going to get that eventually.
Oh, I don't mind. This is the sort of work I handle, my lord.
Are you sure? I don't want to get used to having others do work for me.
I see. But did your former retainers not handle these sorts of things?
Why would you assume that?
Pardon me if I've offended you, but is that not what retainers are for? Surely you were surrounded by capable and trustworthy ones.
Yes, of course. But they were talented knights, not mere servants. Jagan, my guardian, Abel with his steady hand, and Cain, what a temper on him. I owe a great deal to all of them.
Do you speak of the bull and the panther? Those names are legend in my time. To think I never connected them to you. As a retainer myself, I was raised on stories of their craft and service.
That is comforting to hear. They are all deserving of such honor. But you, Frederick, are just as talented and dependable as they. And your relationship with Lord Chrom is a model of harmony and respect.
My lord, I'm honored. Truly, such praise coming from you. Your kind heart knows no limit. The bull and the panther are lucky to have you.
I admit I'm a bit jealous that you and Chrom are united here.
Yes, I suppose I am quite lucky. My lord, in the absence of your retainers, perhaps you would allow me to serve. My first duty is still to Chrom, of course, but maybe I could be of some help.
Thank you, Frederick. I would be foolish to turn down such an offer. Mind you, I don't require anyone to hold my hand. But I am pleased to know I can rely on your strength and courage.
Of course, my lord. My arm is yours.
There is one condition, however. You must allow me to do something in return. Perhaps I could help with your work, or fight by your side on the battlefield. Not as your master, but as a friend walking the same path.
Thank you, my lord. As you said earlier, I would be foolish to turn down such an offer. You can count on my support going forward, as a friend.
Very well. With our combined strength, we shall overcome anything in our path.
Indeed. Onward, my lord. I mean, Marth. May I call you Marth?
Oh, here comes trouble.
I've never once been in trouble, Niles. You, on the other hand.
Oh, anyway, what's on your mind? Something dirty, I hope.
In a manner of speaking, I came to talk to you about your demeanor. You've been making some people uncomfortable around here.
Is that so? And I assume these people have been complaining about me? Are you sure they weren't just trying to get a reaction? You know, say something dirty to Frederick and watch him blush.
Do you expect me to see your point? Even if there weren't complaints, I don't approve of your behavior.
Oh dear, Frederick doesn't approve. Sorry, I can't say that I care.
May I ask why you insist on behaving like a child?
Perhaps because I was never afforded a warm, happy childhood. Besides, I've been good. I can be a lot worse. Trust me.
So what's holding you back?
Well, if I were to do more serious damage, I believe Lord Leo would be disappointed in me.
Then you actually do care what someone else thinks? Fascinating.
If you say so. Anyway, that's why I've been so restrained. I limit my fun to merely embarrassing people, or surprising them hilariously.
But don't you see, even that is too much. If you truly wish to make Lord Leo proud, you must change your ways.
Thankfully, my lord is kind enough to accept me as I am. But there's no need for me to change.
So you think. We'll see what he says after he hears my thorough report.
I have an idea. Anytime I feel the need to make someone uncomfortable, I'll come to you.
I don't like where this is going.
Are you not willing to bear this burden for the greater good?
I can handle any burden.
Yes. We shall see what you can take, Mr. Frederick.
If this means you'll leave the others alone, I accept.
Splendid! Oh, this will be fun. I can't wait to see the look on your face every time we meet.
Lady Caeda, I finished polishing your equipment. I also took care of the fitting.
Oh, why thank you, Cordelia. I hope you know that you don't really need to do all that for me.
I do, but I can't help it. You're my idol. You're Lady Caeda, the legendary Pegasus Knight.
Legendary? That's a little excessive. The only legend I've ever associated myself with is that of Prince Marth.
Don't be so modest. You soar with perfect grace. Your shadow alone inspires fear in your foes below. And your kindness has swayed even the hearts of your enemies, they say.
Now you're exaggerating, though I appreciate the compliment. You command a great deal of respect as well, Cordelia. I'd love to possess your bravery, skill in scouting, organizational abilities.
Really? It's an honor to hear you say that. Would you mind if I asked you something, Lady Caeda?
Of course not. What would you like to know?
I heard this legend. It was about 3 Pegasus Knights, sisters. It said they could join forces and perform a powerful special attack. Would you happen to know of them by chance? I believe they lived in your time.
Are you speaking of the White Wings of Macedon's Pegasus Knights?
So they do exist! I've wanted to learn their technique ever since I heard the legends.
I've seen them use the maneuver you're talking about, but I'm sorry to tell you, I never learned it myself.
Oh, so you probably wouldn't be able to teach it to me then. Unless... well, you have seen it, right? Maybe you could recreate it.
Maybe. However, you need 3 people to perform the move, like the sisters.
You, Lady Hinoka, and I are all Pegasus Knights. We could do it. We'd simply need to learn how to harmonize our movements. Don't you think it would be worthwhile to at least give it a try?
I suppose. I guess I never really considered it before. But why not? I think our bonds are strong enough to make it work. I must say, your passion is infectious, Cordelia. Let's find Lady Hinoka and get started right away.
Really? I can't believe that I get to learn this move alongside my idol. If we do manage to pull it off, it'll be like achieving 2 lifelong dreams at once.
You drew laundry duty, huh, Cordelia? Need some help? You've still got the weapon inspection after all.
Thanks, Oboro. I don't want to take your time, but could you grab those baskets?
Got it. Just leave it to... Oh, whoa, that's a lot of laundry.
Yeah, everyone's been training extra hard, so no one's really taking the time. Those 2 are still going at it over there. You can see them all the way from here.
Is that Prince Chrom and Frederick? Do they spar one-on-one often?
Frederick likes to keep an eye on Chrom so he can scold him for breaking things. He's been especially destructive lately. It's driving Frederick crazy.
Speaking to you always reminds me that Elysians have such strong personalities. Aside from Chrom, there's that brilliant tactician, right?
Yes, Robin's tactical senses are not to be trifled with.
And then there's that weirdo swordsman who speaks like a total goofball.
That's Owain. He can be a bit overdramatic at times. But isn't there a Norian who talks like he's in some weird stage play too? And that guy whose collar is always inside out. What's that about?
Well, that's the Norians for you. A bunch of no-account know-nothings.
Are you okay, Oboro? Something strange is happening with your face.
Sorry. My face sort of does that on its own when I talk about Norians.
Oh, my. Well, in that case, let's talk about someone who's not Norian. Like Lord Ryoma. He seems awfully strong. And then there's Lord Takumi.
Yes, Lord Takumi. He treats his retainers with such kindness. He recently traveled to the south and bought souvenirs for Hinata and me.
Oh, there. Please don't cry. It, makes me uncomfortable.
Sorry, Cordelia. It's just remembering that. Couldn't help it.
You really care for him, huh? You're totally overcome at just the thought.
Well, you're one to talk, aren't you? I've seen how you cling to Prince Chrom's side during battle.
Sure, but our relationship isn't as clear-cut as liege and retainer. I respect Chrom, and I vowed to fight for him. Chrom is a strong and kind leader, and an amazing soldier.
True, though he doesn't act very royal all that often. But I guess that's why he's so easy to approach. He isn't trying, he's just him.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand what makes Chrom such a good leader. But I guess the differences between him and Takumi are clear. Lord Takumi's so gallant, and he really seems to care for his retainers.
You got that right. There's no finer person in the world than Lord Takumi. I guess we're more alike than I thought, to each fight for someone we care for. Sounds like we're kindred spirits to me.
Kindred spirits? You really think so? That's quite the honor.
Every time I see you, Anna, you're hard at work. Don't you ever take a day off?
Don't worry about me, Caeda. I can take care of myself. Even if I had free time, I wouldn't know what to do with it.
Oh, I thought you would have a boyfriend or something.
A boyfriend? Why would you think that?
I guess because, well, the Anna I know in my world has a boyfriend, so I just figured you had one too.
Interesting. Have you ever met this boyfriend?
Yes. His name is Jake. Actually, he was a soldier in our enemy's forces.
Oh, did you have to fight him?
Not at all. In fact, he's a pacifist and was a conscientious objector at the time. I thought he might like Anna, so I did a little matchmaking. I have something of a magic touch when it comes to matters of the heart.
He sounds pretty great. I wish you introduced him to me first.
I'm not sure your sister would have liked that very much. But I guess it shouldn't be a surprise to me that you have the same taste.
Oh, we probably do, don't we? That's kind of embarrassing.
Is there anyone in this world you've had your eye on?
Huh? My eye? Not really. Work keeps me pretty busy, so...
Oh, come on, Anna. There has to be someone you're interested in.
There's not. And I'll have you know, Caeda, that that's just fine with me.
Don't be so defensive. I'm curious, that's all.
I had no idea you were such a busybody. Fine, I'll admit it. I wouldn't mind a little romance, I suppose.
If that's the case, then maybe you could start by working a little less.
Now you lost me.
Anna, you're bright and clever, not to mention very pretty. You're a catch.
And this has what to do with my work?
I bet men throw themselves at you all the time and you don't even notice.
You really think so? Well, I guess I'll start paying more attention then.
I'm glad to hear it. Oh, I'm so excited for you. With all this war going on, I had no idea how much I needed a little intrigue.
So you're all right with me coming to you for dating advice, maybe?
All right with it? I'd love that!
I just used the word dating. Weird.
Hello, Anna. You've always worked in this world, right?
Yep. Gotta earn that coin. Why do you ask?
It's just odd that people from other worlds seem to already know you.
They just have me confused with Annas from their own worlds. You probably had one in your world, too. Maybe working at a shop? Or an inn?
Maybe. I don't recall seeing anyone like you.
Wait a minute. Does that mean I'm the first Anna you've ever met?
I'm not exactly sure what you mean, but I think so?
It can't be. But surely you've met my sisters in this world, right?
Sisters? I've seen you around, all around this world, but that wasn't you?
Not a single time? That's right, not a single one. Are you friends with any of my sisters?
Well, no. We never really got to talking.
So that means I'll be the first Anna you're friends with.
I guess? This is all very confusing, Anna.
No, it's exciting. I never get to experience this.
Experience what?
Everyone always makes friends with my sisters first, and then realizes I'm me. I've always been the umpteenth Anna anyone's ever met. I never thought I'd get to be someone's first Anna.
Wait, what's wrong? Are you crying?
I'm so happy. For the first time in my life, I feel like someone sees me as myself.
That's not true, Anna. We all know you're you. We could really use an Anna in Zofia. There aren't too many shops like yours in my home kingdom.
Zofia, huh?
What is it?
Once we settle the problems in this world, I'll come to Zofia.
What? I'd be more than glad to have you, but is that even possible?
I'll have to work out the details, but I'll find a way there. Zofia sounds like a land of pure profit, seeing as there's no competition. If I bring items from this world, I can sell them as rare items at a huge markup.
That is some business sense. I'm sure your shop would really thrive.
But I give you a special discount, of course. I'm your first Anna, so you deserve extra special treatment.
Oh, Anna, thank you. When you get there, I'll be glad to help out.
Someday, this will be reality, and I'll make both of us rich.
I must say, Anna, I was relieved when I saw you here.
Hey, always glad to help. But what did I do this time?
You were the only one I recognized when I first arrived here. I know we weren't all that close in our world, but...
Oh, sorry, Lynn. I guess I should have told you this earlier. The Anna in your world is a different Anna.
But you look exactly alike, and you're both named Anna.
Sure, but there's her and there's me, and we're different people.
That makes no sense. You're Anna. I know what Anna looks like. You're not from Badon?
Sorry, never heard of the place.
It's a port town. An Anna who looks just like you works at the inn. We didn't talk often, but I remember she was dating a pirate.
An Anna with a steady job and a steady boyfriend? Huh, that's impressive.
Now that I think about it, I feel like I've seen you all over. At an arena, a shop.
Those must be other Annas. We're kind of all over the place. Even in this world, you can't swing a sword without hitting an Anna.
How did I never notice this?
We're identical, so it's hard for people to tell us apart. Happens all the time.
Huh. I thought there was something funny going on.
As a representative of all Annas from all worlds, I apologize for the confusion.
It's okay. I guess I shouldn't have assumed you're all the same person. Besides, whatever the other Annas are like, I know you're a trusted ally.
Aw, shucks. You really think so?
Yeah, you're the only one I'd call a friend. We've had each other's backs out on the battlefield all this time, right? I may work with other Annas from time to time, but you're unique.
You know how to make a gal smile. For the first time, I feel like someone sees the real me. We've turned into a pretty close team, haven't we? I've never had a friend quite like you. I'll cherish this forever, Lynn.
I'm glad you feel that way. So let's rely on each other out there, okay?
Together, we'll give our enemies a grade A butt-kicking, free of charge. What are you working on there, Oboro? Looks like a yukata.
That's right. I found some lovely fabric. It's coming along, don't you think?
Is that fabric from this world? I could get you some Hoshiden cloth if you need it.
How's that old expression go? There's more than one way to make a yukata. Traditional Hoshiden patterns are timeless, but this material gives it a twist.
Wow, you really know your stuff.
I made a few other things too. See? Some sashes and a few accessories.
Hey, these are really cute and so colorful. Say, what would you think of me buying some of these from you? I'd love to sell them in my shop.
You want to sell my stuff? But I just make these things as a hobby.
Hobby or not, look at that craftsmanship. These would fly right out of my shop. And since it's made of local fabric, they'll feel familiar to people.
Oh, it's really great to hear. And I'd like to help you out, but...
What are you worried about?
Well, yukata must be worn a certain way. Someone will need to teach people. And once I return to my world, I won't be able to keep you stocked.
You have a point. That's a lot to chew on. But I can't just let this golden opportunity pass me by. Hey, could you teach me how to tailor and wear a yukata?
I could, but I use a Hoshiden sewing method. It can be pretty tricky.
I'm a quick study. Just watch. I'll prove I can make yukata as nice as yours.
I know you're handy, but I think this may be a bit much even for you.
I'm sure you could teach me. You just need to believe in yourself.
Hey, this isn't about me believing. But if you're that determined, I'll do it.
All right. So, how much are we talking for the lesson here? What do you charge?
A businesswoman through and through. This class is on the house.
Are you sure? I'm basically asking you to give me your talent.
Like I said, it's just a hobby. Besides, friends learn from each other, right?
Then I'll make it my goal to spread your designs all over this world. Tales of the master tailor Oboro will reach far and wide. Believe me, when people hear yukata, they'll think Oboro.
Aren't you taking this a bit far? I mean, I'm glad you're excited. Why don't you just help me finish up this yukata for now? I'll show you what to do. And once it's finished, it's yours. So take good care of it when I'm gone.
Thanks. This means so much to me, I won't even sell it.
Marth, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. I made it through that last battle without major injury. I'm more relieved to see you unharmed. If anything happened to you, I wouldn't be able to face King Moston.
You shouldn't think about things like that.
I only wish to see you safely back to our world. To be honest, I would bar you from the battlefield if I could.
Marth, if we want to survive, we need every able fighter. Do you think I have no talent for battle?
Of course not. You are a remarkable fighter.
If that's not it, then what?
It's your talent that worries me. The more talented you are, the more battle you see, the more lives you take. I worry the burden of taking so many lives may be too much for you to bear.
Don't worry about me, Marth. I can shoulder any burden as long as you're by my side.
I'm glad to hear that. But with each battle comes the risk of...
Would you have me simply watch the fight from the sidelines?
Of course not, but I couldn't live with myself if you were hurt.
Well, maybe the great Prince Marth will wait in his castle during the next fight.
You can't just expect me to sit idly by and watch. Not while everyone puts themselves in such danger.
So you understand how I feel?
Caeda, please.
If you fell in battle because I was not by your side, I don't think I could ever forgive myself.
I feel the same about you. I guess that's why we have such heated discussions.
We understand each other all too well. I'm sorry for getting so worked up.
It's fine. I think I deserved it, really. I simply want to keep you safe. That's my top priority.
Our priorities are one and the same. I want little more than to protect you. And I want this fighting to be over as soon as possible.
Then let's take each battlefield by each other's side. This fighting will be ended through our combined strength.
Yes, Marth. We'll see each other safely home.
Oh, what a strange house. It looks so different from the houses in our world.
Yes, it is awfully unique. It really reminds me we're in a foreign land.
Do you think Banban's seen this sort of thing before?
I don't imagine so. No matter how long Bantu has lived, it seems unlikely he's traveled worlds.
I wish he would have come with us. I want him to see all this new stuff.
You'll just have to take a good look and describe it all to him when we get back. I think it would make him happy to hear these stories from you.
You're right. I'll look at everything I can and tell him all about it. But when do you think we'll be able to go home? Do you think Bantu is sad that I'm not there?
I'm sure he's missing you quite a bit.
Oh, I knew it.
But he has a lot of new companions now as well. Our friends are still with him, so I'm sure he's doing just fine. How about you, Tiki? Are you missing him?
Yeah, not being able to see him is sad, but I'm the same as him. I'll be fine because I'm here with you, Mama. And we'll be together forever, right?
Of course. Together forever. Bantu is waiting for us to return, along with everyone else.
In that case, let's get back to our own world as soon as we can.
That's the right attitude to have. The enemy is gaining momentum. Battles will be tougher from here on. Let's work with our new allies and finish this fight as soon as we can.
You got it. I'll just be like, roar, and roast our enemies up good.
You'll be a fearsome opponent. Let's both give it all we've got. We can defeat enemies of any strength when we face them together.
I won't be scared as long as I'm here with you, Mama. And you're not scared as long as I'm here, right?
That's right. It's always a great relief to have you fighting by my side. When I heard that you had come to this world as well, I just knew we'd be fine.
I'm glad you're here too. Traveling with you is so much fun.
Let's help each other through this strange land.
Prince Marth, your kingdom is in Arcanea, correct?
That's right. I didn't realize you'd heard of it.
It's probably coincidence, but there's a land by the same name in my world. It should be at peace right now, but your country is at war, right?
Yes. The situation is beyond grave. Not only did I lose my own kingdom, but the entire continent is now fighting. So if I want to save my kingdom, I must save all the others as well.
That's pretty similar to the War of Shadows.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, never mind. It just reminds me of something else. The Arcanea of my world had a major war too. It lasted for years and there were many deaths. It was so tragic. It looks like you're resolved to fight, but I wonder if that's the best way. War takes such a toll on the people. Are there no peaceful solutions?
I often wish there were. But unfortunately, some foes simply cannot be reasoned with. My father fought for Arcanea, and he gave his life. So now it's up to me to carry on that fight. I was born a Prince of Altea, and it was my father's dying wish that I rule.
But just because you were born a prince doesn't mean you have to fight. War leads to more war, which leads to more tragedy. It's unending. And even if you survive this battle, you may not survive the next.
Even so, Celica, it is my choice to fight.
Is there no way to stop you?
I can't protect my loved ones by sitting on the sidelines. Nevertheless, you have opened my eyes to a new perspective.
I have?
Citizens dragged into war have more to lose than their lives. They can lose hope. I must have forgotten that, after so much time on the battlefield. We must fight for now, but I will keep the importance of peace in mind.
It makes me happy to hear you say that, Marth. And to know that someone like you believes peace after war is possible. I may not have much to offer, but at the very least, allow me to pray for your safety and that you achieve your goals.
Thank you, Celica. I'll do my best to see that your prayers are answered.
You're a model prince, Marth. You'd look good on a white steed.
What makes you say that?
You have a very noble air about you. It makes for a great leader. I'm a noblewoman, but I was raised on the plains, the opposite of in a castle. So I feel like the way I act can be unrefined, I guess.
Acting noble all the time isn't all it's cracked up to be. Don't worry too much. You have your own qualities that make you a fine leader.
Aw, you're just saying that to be nice.
I mean it. You have amazing strength, and you care deeply for those you protect. Such traits are noble in their own right, and more important than manners.
Thanks, Marth. That means a lot coming from you.
Your father was a respected chief, right? I'm sure you inherited some of his traits.
I'd like to think so. Too bad I didn't get any of my mother's beauty and grace.
I think you have your own type of beauty and grace. It's just less traditional. Your blade work reminds me of a dance, or a wind sweeping across the plains. I'm sorry if I said something to upset you.
No, it's fine. What you said threw me a little, that's all. I have a friend who once told me that same thing.
So I'm not the only one who sees it. Is this friend from your world?
Yes, his name is Ellawood. He's a noble with real compassion for his people. He's always been there for me, through thick and thin. I owe him so much. I used to hate nobles, but that all changed when I met him.
He must have recognized your good qualities the moment he met you. Those feelings grow along with the bond between friends. Ellawood and I both immediately realized how important you would be.
Okay, you're making me blush. It's easy for me to see why so many people follow you too, you know. So that said, would you mind being my mentor? I feel as though I must learn to act more nobly. And I want to wield my sword for others, not just myself, like you.
A fair request. But let's make a deal. I'll mentor you if you mentor me. Your swordplay is strong and flexible, and I admire your free, tenacious style.
So we'll both be mentor and mentee. I like the sound of that.
We'll fight, learn, and grow together. I look forward to it, Lynn. Is someone out here? Oh, Princess Azura. What has you up this late? You're as white as a sheet. Did something happen?
No, I'm fine. Just lost in thought is all. I'll return to my tent soon.
I'm actually having trouble sleeping myself. Would you mind if I sat with you? Perhaps you'd like to tell me what's keeping you up.
Well, I'm afraid you may find it a bit gloomy, but all right. I was thinking about Nor, the kingdom of my birth. The nighttime reminds me of it. You see, the whole kingdom is cloaked in perpetual darkness, just like this.
You're a princess of Nor, but you were raised in Hoshido. Is that correct?
It is. My father is the king of Nor, yet his retainers tormented my mother and me. Thinking of that place brings up more bad memories than good, and I get so... Well, let's not talk of such dark things. I'd hate for you to see me upset.
I came out here because I was worried, but I fear I'm just making things worse. So how about instead I tell you of my homeland, Altea? It's an island nation in West Arcanea, blessed with abundant greenery. But on a night much like this, I lost my country and my sister to our enemy. So when I return home, the fight to reclaim my homeland will continue.
You aren't very good at lightening the mood, Prince Marth.
I'm sorry. What I mean to say is that we're alike, you and I.
What makes you say that?
Nightfall brings a painful reminder of my home as well. But having you here with me makes it easier to carry that weight.
You've suffered through so much, yet it doesn't weigh you down. It's impressive.
Thank you, but I can't take sole credit. I couldn't continue fighting all on my own. It's the friends I've met and the memories we've made that allow me to carry on. For every painful memory, I've made a good one that gives me strength. So what about you, Princess Azura? Are painful memories all you have?
I do have some, but I have many happy ones as well. I remember my mother teaching me to sing, and I remember meeting Corin. And of course, meeting you here in this world, and spending time with you. Now that I think about it, maybe we are alike. My memories make me stronger. And I think it would be lovely to continue making memories just like these.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Even after I return home, I'll hold these memories dear and use them as strength.
Same here, Prince Marth. I'll never forget our time together.
I'm glad to hear that. We'll need all the help we can get in the coming battles.
I'll be sure to hold the memory of this conversation especially dear.
Tiki, I just finished baking some sweets. Do you want to eat them together?
Really? Yeah, let's eat. Thanks, Caeda.
You're welcome. Here, help yourself.
Oh, boy.
Don't try to eat them all at once, Tiki. Your mouth can only hold so many.
They're so sweet. And tasty.
Wow, you devoured the whole batch. I guess you liked them.
They were okay. Just kidding. You're a great cook, Caeda. I wish you were my older sister.
Oh, really? What a flattering thing to say.
You for an older sister, and Mama for an older brother. You're both so special to me. You're practically family already.
Thanks, Tiki. You're very important to me, too. Having you around does make it feel like I have a little sister.
Well, in that case, can I give my big sis a big hug?
Of course. Come on over.
Yay! Big sister Caeda.
Oh, Tiki, you really are amazing.
Huh?
To think that one as sweet as you hides the power of a dragon within. You're truly valuable to Marth in battle. To be honest, I'm a little jealous.
Well, I'm glad to hear that Mama thinks I'm so helpful. But I'm pretty jealous of you too, you know.
And why is that?
You've been fighting alongside Mama for a long time now. He really relies on you. You've become so important to him. You two have a very special relationship.
It makes me happy to hear you think so. But whether it's me and Marth or me and you, they're both special relationships.
Really? Yay! If it's for my big sis and bro, I'll fight with everything I've got.
Thank you, Tiki. Just make sure you don't overdo it. Marth and I would be very worried if you got hurt. When you're in your human form, you can count on me to look out for you.
Thank you, Caeda. Now, can I have another hug?
You can have as many as you want.
Ouch! Is your foot still troubling you?
A bit, but it's nothing serious. I can still walk. See?
Ow, ouch! Don't be silly. Sit down, be still, and let me heal you. There. That should take care of the pain, but you should stay off it for a while.
I'm sorry, but I can't afford to. Whenever Marth and the others charge into battle, I must be there with them.
You ask too much of yourself. Your foot will never heal properly if ignored.
Oh, it's fine. I ride a Pegasus after all. I don't need my feet to fight.
You're so stubborn when it comes to Marth. Isn't there something you can do for him without putting yourself at risk? You could be a messenger, for instance, or supervise our defensive position.
Both of those are important, it's true. But they're not for me. I want to be right there with him, helping him in every way that I can. If that makes me selfish, I apologize.
You have nothing to apologize for. I know the feeling very well.
Who is it in your case? Where are they?
Oh, he's not with me right now. His name is Alm. I couldn't abide by his decision to forge ahead in battle. There's nothing I can do now but pray to my goddess for his safety. If only I had chosen to support him in person, as you do.
That choice must eat at you. Still, I'm sure that someday you'll get your wish.
Yes, that is my aim, should we meet again in my world. We lived together briefly when I was younger. Those were the days. I was capable of anything when he was at my side.
It's the same for me and Marth. I hope you're reunited with Alm again soon, Celica.
Thank you. So do I. Caeda, if you feel you must be at the front with Marth, I'll support you.
Aw, that's very kind of you.
Thinking back on my own past has helped me understand how you feel. I promise to help you look after Marth as your injuries heal. It's the least I could do for a friend.
Thank you, Celica. I consider you a friend as well. If I have your support, then you have mine too. Niles! That was an intense battle. Did you sustain any injuries?
No, I'm fine. And I'm relieved to see that you are unscathed as well. I'd hate to see a specimen like you damaged in any way.
Well, I appreciate your concern. I do try to take care of myself. Is something amiss?
Yes. No matter what I say, you seem perpetually unfazed. Have I lost my touch, or are you simply impervious to my charms?
You do use some flavorful language, but I hear your true meaning. I appreciate your compliments and concerns in any form they're delivered.
I see. The truth is, I delight in shaming and embarrassing people. But you don't turn red, you cheerfully express gratitude.
Niles, I've never seen you so stricken before.
Is it possible that a person could be so genuine and pure? Is this inner beauty? Let's test it. Caeda, allow me to tell you all of my darkest, dirtiest secrets.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't have time for that right now.
Ah, a glimpse of unkindness. Sadly, your utter nonchalance has completely disowned me.
You know, you can just talk to me like a normal person if you want. Or you can continue to use flavorful language if you must. Just be yourself.
It's just that you're so lovely with such a trusting face. I thought it would be child's play to make your cheeks color with shame. But alas, you're tougher than aged leather. I thought you were a princess.
Well, I am a princess. Maybe princesses are tougher than you think. We do have to put up with a lot.
You know, I never thought about it like that. Here I was thinking I could torture you to my heart's content. But I suppose I'll have to go back to the drawing board to get a reaction.
Well, what did you have in mind?
Let me see. Shall I ask you directly? Let us shed the veils of decency and lay our hearts bare in conversation.
So, you're saying you want to talk? Sure, that's fine with me. I mean, I suppose it still sounded a bit naughty, but I get your meaning.
Well played, Caeda. Well played.
What's Tiki doing napping without a blanket? She'll catch a cold. She looks so innocent when she sleeps, just like a normal little girl. I can't believe such terrible power resides in such a small body.
Are you scared of me, Celica?
Tiki, you're awake.
Does Dragon Tiki scare you? It's okay if you want me to keep my distance.
No, I don't want that. It's not that I think you're scary. I was just thinking how strange it is that you can become so powerful.
But it's not strange at all. All Manicheets can turn into dragons.
It may be normal for you, Tiki, but there are no Manicheets where I'm from.
No? That's too bad. What's your world like, anyway? I'd love to hear all about it.
Well, I'm from a land called Valentia. It's a continent that was formed by the sibling gods Duma and Milla.
Whoa, sibling gods. I hope they got along.
Actually, they didn't. They fought often. Duma thought power was everything, but Milla just wanted to live with nature. Ultimately, they couldn't reconcile, so they split Valentia in half. So 2 countries came to be. The Regalian Empire, protected by Duma, and the Kingdom of Zofia, protected by Milla. That was my kingdom. The people of Zofia deemed Milla the Earth Mother.
Oh, that sounds sweet. But why?
Because she protects the land like a mother. She's actually a bit like you.
That doesn't sound like me. What do you mean?
Well, on the one hand, she's sweet and gentle. She blesses the land and people. But she also possesses tremendous power, just like you.
I don't know, Celica. I think you're more like Milla than I am.
What makes you say that?
You're kind and strong, like a mother. It's what I like most about you. I'd love to see your home kingdom someday.
Well then, by all means. You have an open invitation to Valentia. I'll show you all the sights, and we'll go to the Temple of Milla.
Yay! I love sightseeing.
And I love talking about Zofia, so I can't wait to show you around.
Hey, Lynn. What are you looking up at the sky for? Is someone coming?
No, I was just thinking about the planes.
Oh, do you want to ride? I can take you there, no problem.
Thanks, but I doubt even you could fly that far. I was thinking of the plains where I grew up, back in my home world.
Oh, yeah. I can't fly you all the way there. Sorry.
It was sweet of you to have offered. You're very generous.
Aw, thanks. Coming from you, that means a lot.
Pardon my asking, but you're a Manicheet, right? We have dragonkind in my world too, but they're a little different.
You have Manicheets too? I wonder if we're related. What are they like?
I only know 2 of them, a brother and sister named Niles and Ninian. They could transform into ice dragons and do a few other things too. I owe them both a great debt. They helped me out of a lot of tight spots.
Did they use dragon stones to transform? 'Cause I need a dragon stone to transform, you know.
I believe they did. Nils mentioned that once, I think. Maybe you really are related.
That would be so cool. I wish I could meet them somehow. I mean, I have friends here, but I don't know any other Manicheets. And we live for so long, it can get lonely after a while.
I hadn't thought about that. You'll outlive all of your human friends. I can see why you'd want a friend who'll live as long as you. Maybe I can figure out some way to introduce you.
Yay! I'll do anything to meet more Manicheets.
What we need is a way for you to come visit my world.
I'd be really excited to see you too, Lynn. Maybe I could even use my Manicheet power to help you somehow.
You've already been a big help, Tiki.
It's nothing. I'd do anything for you, and I bet you'd do the same for me.
You've got that right. Thanks for being my friend. Hey, Celica. I notice you still seem a little shy around me. Why is that?
I do? Oh, pardon me then. I don't mean to come across that way.
I saw you were bored, but you didn't call me over. I wanted to say I wouldn't mind.
That's kind of you, but I wouldn't want to be a bother.
Isn't that what friends are for? Though maybe a princess isn't used to that.
Oh no, I had many friends in my village and at the priory. Besides, a princess I may be, but you are nobility yourself, aren't you, Lindis?
By blood, maybe. But I grew up on the plains. Lady never sat right with me.
I too spent most of my life outside of a castle. The priory was my home.
Huh, I didn't know that. I guess we're not so different then.
But you were raised not knowing that you were of noble blood, right? Whereas I knew from the start.
And you still didn't go back home?
It would have meant my life. I only left the castle with another's aid. Afterward, there was a coup. All royals besides me were put to death. That's what being royalty has meant for me. A princess's reward for surviving an assassination is nothing but open war.
I can sympathize, believe it or not. My family were also slaughtered. But once I found out about my heritage, things improved. I met my grandfather, and I made a lot of friends. All in all, my life hasn't been so bad. Surely you have someone to live for, too.
Yes. Yes, I suppose I do.
Just think, if you hadn't been born a princess, you might never have met them. So don't be too quick to diminish your bloodline.
You're right.
Whether I'm a noble or just plainsfolk, family is family. The important thing is what you can do for the people who matter.
Thank you, Lindis. I see now that I was being a tad selfish, and that self-pity may have brought grief to those important to me. I should have seen the proper behavior from the start. I vow to accept what I am, and to consider what I can do for those I love. I would include you among them, Lindis.
Hey, the feeling's mutual. I already feel like we're fast friends. And friends don't worry about bothering each other when they're bored.
Point taken. Thank you, Lindis.